Okay, so surprise, Terry's out, and it's 9 a.m. instead of 9 p.m., so you guys can go download him if you haven't yet. It's still early, and I'm delirious, so let's record a video. Now, similar to previous DLC fighters, I like to do a first impressions video to give my first impression on the character when they release. You see, that's why it's called a first impression, because if you already picked up Terry and you had the chance to play him, let me know down in the comments section what you think. Following this video, I will be working on more Terry content, so that's when we'll do some online play and some other stuff. So until then, here's what we got. So if you enjoy playing characters like Ryu and Ken, you'll take to Terry like a fish to water, or peanut butter to jelly, or another funny analogy that I can't think of right now because my brain is still booting up. Also, I like how Sakurai denied a spot on the cameo list with all these characters in the background, but we'll add other sexually suggestive characters like King DDD. What a hypocrite. However, right out of the gate, Terry is very similar to Ken in terms of speed and attacks. However, the biggest difference between the two, and I'm going to be comparing them a lot because they're both fighting game reps, is that Terry does not have pressure-based attacks on his regular attacks like Ken and Ryu. What that means are there aren't multiple jabs or tilts depending on how long or hard you hit the A button. So immediately I feel like Terry will be a good stepping stone to players who want to learn the Shotos, and that's a fancy word for Ken and Ryu for us cultured Smash players. However, Terry does use traditional inputs for his special attacks, and even though they're optional, you may want to learn them because they are significantly stronger also like Ken and Ryu. So if you land a Burning Knuckle just by using side B, it's going to deal about 16% up close, whereas if you do a traditional input, which is a quarter circle A, it's going to deal 20. So this could be the difference between getting a KO or your opponent DIing and surviving. Also, you're going to want to learn how to attack cancel if you haven't yet, and to simplify what attack canceling is, it's inputting a special move command immediately after landing another attack. So for example, if you land an F tilt at 0, it can be canceled into either a Burning Knuckle, which is side B, or you can do it into a down B, which is power dunk. Now if you're using or you can just die. So if you do want to use traditional attacks, you can do an F tilt immediately into a quarter circle A, or if you want to do it to a power dunk, you can do F tilt into a Shoryuken input A. Now the Shoryuken input can be a little confusing because in a traditional fighting game, it's forward, then down, and then down forward. So what you want to do is you kind of want to make a Z motion with your control stick, and then you're going to hit A. I can tell you right now that Terry's not going to be the type of character that's going to have very long combo strings, but his tilts are going to be good starters. So his F tilt at 0 or lower percents will combo into things like I said, Burning Knuckle, or into Power Dunk, but I think his down tilt is a great starter, and it's good for kill confirming because at low percents, at high percents, any percent, it has super low knockback. So at 58, we can do it and true combo it into a power dunk, but let's bring Ken up to kill percent, which is, I don't know, like, let's go to 130. And if we do the same thing, we could do down tilt into a canceled up B, and it'll kill. Now, he was probably able to DI that, but if I do it into a traditional input power dunk, it'll kill much earlier. So landing a down tilt looks like it's going to be a good kill confirm, similar to landing an up tilt with Ken into a heavy Shoryuken. Now, it also works into an up B, both charged and uncharged, and I'm trying to find an optimal way to use down tilt to charged up B, but I guess you can do a spot dodge to down tilt to up B, because that seems to do it. You can also do some pretty cool stuff with Terry's air attacks, specifically his up air, which ironically is a move that they just invented for the game. And a falling up air is pretty easy to land, so around 50% it opens up combos, so you can do a up air into a nair. And then from there you can add some other things, like you can add a Burning Knuckle. That was not the combo. You can add a Burning Knuckle, or you can add a power dunk. I'm actually pretty excited to see the possibilities because you know there's going to be some pretty wild stuff coming out and being discovered over the next couple of days. As someone who plays a lot of Ken, you have no idea how happy I am to have another character who has the same exact down air. Now the thing about Terry's is it feels a little harder to hit because it has a big sour spot, And off the top of my head, I don't know how it compares to Ken, but it's a pretty safe spike, because you can just kind of chill by the edge of the stage here and wait for your opponent to jump, and you can just short hop, catch him with the down air. Also, if you can catch your opponent at the end of the stage with the falling up air, it seems like another good setup for spike. Then we have Terry's Go Meter, which is a specific mechanic to Terry, which, let's face it, we all knew he was going to have something. Now think of it as Little Mac's KO meter, but without the one-button win. And when Terry takes serious damage, he unlocks some additional special moves. Now, the inputs are more complicated, but the attacks are really strong. You have Power Geyser, which is a quarter circle backward, and then you swing it forward. And then you have Buster Wolf, which is essentially 2 quarter circles forward to attack. I haven't tested it yet in a match, but it looks like you can F-tilt or fair into a Buster Wolf around mid to high percents. Now, the timing may be a bit tighter at high percents, but I was able to land it at 90, so it connects, it definitely kills, but keep in mind that you may be able to air dodge or DI out of the F-tilt, but I haven't had anyone to test it with yet. There's going to be some pretty nutty setups, and honestly, I'm here for it. Now, just to talk about Terry's recovery for a little bit, it's not great. I mean, you have his up B, which you can kind of angle forward or backward. You can also combine it with either Crack Shoot, or you can combine it with Burning Knuckle, but it has more horizontal recovery than vertical, so Terry does not seem like the type of character that you're going to chase off too far with, because you won't make it back to the ledge. But I would refrain from going too far and hard off the stage with Terry, because if you accidentally do a Crack Shoot and you burned your second jump, you're dead. Okay, I want to talk about his neutral B now, which is Power Wave. Now, if you just tap B, it comes out slow. If you hold B, it comes out faster. Now, also, if you use it in the air, it kind of stops Terry from falling. So, you know, you can use that to mix up your landing. So if your opponent thinks you're going to land and hit you with a smash attack, hit neutral B, stop the fall, and then you can land punish. I feel like it'll also have some pretty good off-the-stage utility, because it has decent reach in the air. So you can safely use it. If your opponent has a bad horizontal recovery, you knock them off the stage. You can use it to knock them further away to Gimp. I also think it might be good at the end of the stage, because you're standing at the ledge. It has the same effect as if you use it in the air. So if you don't want to jump off the stage, you can kind of just chill over here, wait for your opponent to come back, hit him with a neutral B. Now they burn their second jump. It's an easy KO. Terry's smash attacks are decent. His F smash is incredibly powerful, but it has a lot of end lag, so it's also highly punishable. I think his up smash will kill maybe around 130 against Ken, so let's bring his damage up to around 130. It's not as powerful as his F smash, but it's not bad. Yeah, that definitely kills at 130. But then you have his down smash, which is not as strong, but has pretty good horizontal knockback. But honestly, I don't see many situations where you're going to be using smash attacks a lot, other than if you get a hard read on your opponent. Now, I've been messing with Terry's grabs and his throws, and his forward throw and back throw, they do seem very basic, but they're good for setting up a tech chase, because if your opponent hits the ground and they're at high percent, and they tech, and if you have your go meter, you can follow up with a Burning Wolf. So you throw your opponent, they're going to tech it. I mean, he's not going to tech. Use your Burning Wolf. Let's pretend that hit on the first try and it was cool. I really think down throw is where it's at, though. Up throw is not bad. It sets up into a juggle situation, but I think the positioning on down throw is a lot better, because if you down throw, they're right above you, and then you can follow up with up air into an up B. So just to give my final overall first impressions on Terry, I do think he's a lot of fun. Like I said earlier, I think he's a good stepping stone for playing characters like Ryu or Ken. Or maybe it's backwards, because he has a lot of complicated inputs and combos, so he might not be as easy to pick up as I originally thought, and I'm sure over the coming days, all this new tech is going to be discovered, and a lot of this is going to go out the window, so keep in mind that this is being recorded the day that Terry came out, so things are going to change. However, I do think that the trick to being good with Terry is knowing how to attack cancel, especially at a tilt, because if you do down tilt, it seems like it's going to be a good setup into a lot of things. Also, getting really good with air attack canceling, because knock your opponent up in the air, you can do the same thing. Thanks for watching. If you found anything cool or you want to let me know your first impressions, do so down in the comment section. Leave a like on the video. If this is your first video, kindly subscribe if you want to. I'll be streaming tomorrow on Twitch if you want to come by. We'll be doing some more Terry stuff, open arenas. There's a link in the video description, and we will see you next time.